Katelyn's Fund has been one of the biggest blessings of Sioux Center, Iowa.
I believe that's why we're here. That's why the Lord brought us to Sioux Center.
Yeah.
Well, Katelyn's Fund is really special to our family because it started really with something really personal in our family. In 2002, we traveled to Guatemala for the first time and met Maria. In the year 2005, we started the adoption journey again, and the Lord had a very different plan for us, and we were planning on just adopting one more child, and the Lord had a really special plan of 2 identical twins, Katelyn and Elizabeth. And so shortly before we traveled, we had the news that the girls were very sick, and actually that Katelyn had passed away and Elizabeth was in the hospital. And so that was another time to listen to the Lord's voice of what He had for our family. And so Katelyn's Fund was really birthed out of that loss. And we have about 50 people that work with Katelyn's Fund, and we always say that the ministry is really a broad spectrum of different ways to care for orphans and to care for people.
And adoption in general is just lonely. It's just different. It's not the natural path of how people build their families, and so there's a lot of miscommunications or misunderstandings, or so people just don't really know how to engage sometimes. So that can be hard because it kind of feels like you're fighting on your own sometimes.
Another piece of Katelyn's Fund is to literally walk beside families who are going through the process. We know that there are challenges that happen before, during, and after adoption, and so we have different support sites that give education and build community with other adoptive families, and so that's ongoing.
So when we brought Amelia home, it cost our family about $60,000, and so that's just not money up laying around. So I think if it wasn't for organizations like Katelyn's Fund, it just wouldn't be possible.
Adoption is very expensive. There's a lot of international fees and different costs, and so Katelyn's Fund provides $3,000 grants to families who are adopting, and by the Lord's great provision, we've given nearly $2 million away to families and children coming from 42 different countries around the world and domestically.
I think Sheila was one of the first families to adopt 13 years ago, and then it's grown from there.
Yeah,
so they became advocates,
and there's lots of support, like support meetings and support groups and prayer.
Right. When I think about our little community of 8,000 people, and I think about how many countries kids have been born from and now are integrated into the community and embedded in the community, it's pretty overwhelming to see the impact, I think, of families being obedient to the call to adopt.
They're both pretty great. They both got eyes that are passionate and shining, and they smile with their whole faces, but they're both very sassy, as you can tell.
I just wish that people, there's so many kids waiting for homes, and adoption takes quite a long time, the whole process and money and all that. But then it's really cool because when that child, their parents are willing to wait and willing to sacrifice a lot for them, and then the child grows up and knows that their parents just really love them and they're willing to wait for them.